Good morning to all of you. Am I
Good
audible
morning,
to all
sir.
of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. It's only 8 students have joined to this meeting. So today, I think very less attendance of student is there. We'll start with the lecture, but before let them join, let the students join to this meeting. Is there any other program going on parallelly? अजून कुठलं काही प्रोग्राम वगैरे तर नाहीये ना आज? येस, कुठला सेशन वगैरे नाहीये ना? Can anybody tell me? सेशन वगैरे कुठला तुमचा नाहीये ना आता?
सर बहुतेक जावाचं असतंय ते पेड कोर्स आहे ना कोणी केलाय त्यांचं बहुतेक माहित नाही मला.
पण तशी काही नोटीस दिसत नाही की इथं ग्रुपवर तरी.
सर ग्रुपवर नाहीये ते एक महिन्याचा कोर्स होता मग त्यात काय काय जणांनी हे केलंय काय काय जणांनी नाही केलं.
अच्छा, म्हणजे मग तिकडं ते चालू आहे का त्यांचं काही ज्यांनी पे केलेलं आहे ते कोर्सला तिकडं जात आहेत का ते?
हा सर बहुतेक मला पण फिक्स माहित नाहीये पण
बर,
मध्ये तर जात होते.
ओके ओके, ठीक आहे. बिकॉज कारण खूपच कमी अटेंडन्स दिसते. 12 only 12 students are have joined to this lecture. That's why I asked you. Okay, let them join afterwards. We will start with the lecture. Okay, I'm sharing the screen. Please tell me if the screen is visible or not. Okay, is the screen visible?
Yes sir.
Okay. Yes, so yes, in the last lecture we have discussed about the past progressive tense and its structure. Okay, आपण मागच्या लेक्चर मध्ये काय स्टडी केलं तर past progressive tense. Okay, past progressive tense, that is past continuous tense. We can call it as past continuous tense also. Okay, so in the last lecture we have seen and discussed about the past progressive tense. So when it is used to describe an ongoing activity in the past. Okay, any activity that was going on in the past. For describing that activity, we use the structure of the past progressive tense. Okay, to describe an ongoing activity or that activity which was going on in the past, we make use of the structure of the past progressive tense. And what is the structure of the past progressive tense? Was or were plus ving. Was or were plus ving. Also, we have seen that for describing an action that started in the past and was interrupted by another action, to show that action also we make use of the past progressive tense. Okay, and for example of that is, he was writing an email when the phone rang. He was writing an email when the phone rang. So both the actions were happened in the past. Okay, one of that action was going on and one of the action has stopped. Okay, means in this sentence, he was writing an email. This was the ongoing action at that time. Okay, this was the ongoing action. And when phone rang, this was the action which interrupted the ongoing action, that is writing later. Okay, so both these actions are both though happening in the past, for showing the action which was going on, we make use of the past progressive tense. Means what? He was writing an email. This is the past progressive tense action. Okay, and when the phone rang, this is the simple past tense action. Okay, when the phone rang, this is the simple past tense, or the action happened in the simple past tense. Okay, so this action, ringing of phone, has interrupted one of the action that was going on, that is writing an email. Okay, so for showing these actions also, we make use of the past progressive tense. Then second example we have seen is, when I came home, he was reading a book. So in both the actions, though the actions was happening in the past, one of them was the continuous action and one action has interrupted other action or make the disturbance for the other action. Okay, when I came home, this was the action, and due to which the other action uh, was affected. Okay, he was reading a book. Okay, when I came home, he was reading a book. जेव्हा मी घरी पोहोचलो तेव्हा किंवा घरी आलो तेव्हा तो बुक वाचत बसला होता, रीड करत होता. Okay, so both these are the sentences of past tense, but for one of the sentence or one of the action, we have to make use of simple past, and for one of that action we have to make use of the continuous past tense or past progressive tense. So these examples we have seen in the last lecture. Yes, also if in a sentence both the actions are happening in the past. Okay, both the actions are happening in the past. If there is a sentence and there are two actions which are happening in that sentence. Okay, and if they are happening in the past, okay, both the actions are happening in the past, then for describing both the actions we have to make use of the past progressive tense. For example, I was preparing dinner while she was working upstairs. In this sentence, I was preparing the dinner, this is the one of the actions, and another action also was happening at the same time, that is working upstairs. While I was preparing dinner, she was working upstairs, or I was preparing dinner while she was working upstairs. Both the actions can be interchanged. Why? Because both the actions are happening in the past. Okay, and that both the actions were continuous actions in the past, ongoing actions in the past. So that's why we make use of the progressive past tense structure in both the sentences. And also we can interchange the order of the sentences. Means what? I was preparing the dinner. This is the first sentence. While she was working upstairs. This is the second sentence. But we can make use of the second sentence at the first place also. And first sentence can be transferred at the second place also. So in this way, we can see that while she was working upstairs, this is the we have taken this second sentence at the first place. Okay, while she was working upstairs, comma, I was preparing dinner. This is the second sentence, and we have shifted this sentence from the first place to second place. So the note is that important note we have to take in mind is the word order in the sentence. Okay, the word order in the sentence can be switched around as in the examples above. The word order in the sentence can be switched. We can switch the first sentence to the second and second sentence to the first. Okay, so the word order can be switched around. However, it is important to remind, it is important to remember that we use the time expression while before the past progressive and the word when before the past simple part of the sentence. Okay, so what we have to keep in mind is we have to use while before the past progressive tense structure. Okay, past progressive tense structure or sentence in the past progressive tense, and we have to make or we have to write when before the simple past part of the sentence. Okay, simple past part of the sentence. So that's why we have to write in this way. We can write in this way also. When I was preparing the dinner, she was working upstairs. Or we can say that while she was working or while she was working upstairs, I prepared dinner. We can make use of the simple past tense also. Okay, so but it should be meaningful sentence. Okay, we can either use both the sentences of the progressive past, or we can use one sentence of progressive past and other of the simple past tense. Okay, so in this way we can change the order also. We can switch the order of the sentences also. So this is about the simple past tense we have discussed in the last lecture. So also we have seen that what's the structure of the past progressive tense. So the sentence structure of the past progressive tense is subject plus was or were plus VING plus object plus complement. So this is the structure for the progressive past or continuous past tense. Subject verb chart also we have discussed. We have to use only was after I and he, she, it. And for other subjects like you, we, you, they, okay, we, you, they, we make use of where. Okay, also we use where in front of I also. Means to show the action in the past we can make use of I. Okay, I we can make use of where in front of I also. I were busy in the work. Okay, I were busy in the work. So this is also one of the tip you should keep in mind. Okay. Also, we have seen the negative, affirmative, and interrogative sentence of the progressive past tense. Okay. I was thinking is the affirmative. I was not thinking. This is the negative, and its interrogative is was I thinking? This is the interrogative. You were thinking. This is the affirmative. Its negative is you were not thinking, and its interrogative would be were you thinking? So this chart also we have studied and discussed. Also, you have written this chart in your notebook. Hope that you have written it down. Let's move towards the exercise of the past progressive tense. First, we will see the exercise, and after that, we will move towards the next tense. Okay. So, yes. So, the first exercise sentence is, let's see, first is Tom in bracket wrapped the gift when I walked in the room. Tom in bracket wrapped the gift when I walked in the room. So we are using here, we have to use past progressive tense. Why? Because though both the sentence, one of the sentence, okay, there are two sentences in this, there are two parts in this sentence, there are two verbs in the sentence, okay, and we can see that after when I walked in the room, this is the sentence of the simple past tense, okay, when I walked in the room, and we have seen that we have to use progressive past structure of the verb at the first place when there is the simple past structure of the verb which is after the when. Okay, when is the indicator. With the help of that we can identify, we have to use progressive past verb at the first place. Okay, so what would be the structure then? Tom was wrapping the gift when I walked in the room. टॉम काय करत होता, ते गिफ्ट आहे ते काय करत होता, व्रॅप करत होता, त्याला एक कागद गुंडाळत होता, गिफ्टचा कागद असतो, ओके, तो गुंडाळत होता वेन आय वॉकड इन द रूम, जेव्हा मी त्याच्या रूम मध्ये त्याच्या घरी काय केला तर प्रवेश केला तेव्हा, किंवा त्याच्या घरी गेलो तेव्हा. ओके, so this is the structure. Then the second sentence is, tell me what would be the structure. I in bracket work in the sales department when I first met her. What would be the structure of the work? Tell me. Yes, can anybody tell me?
Was working.
Yes, I was working in the sales department when I first met her. How to identify? We have to use here progressive past tense. We have to identify it by the second part of the sentence. In the second part, when I first met her. Here, when is also the indicator, means when is the connector of the sentence, okay, or we can say that it is also the connection making word when, okay, conjunction, okay, conjunction is used here, that is when, okay, and when conjunction is used, and after that we can see that I first met her, this is the sentence. Here met is the simple past verb, okay, or past form of the verb meet, okay, they have used meet, met, met. So here in the second sentence, after when I first met her, this is the simple past tense sentence. And from this sentence, we have to identify that we have to use progressive past form of the verb in the first sentence. पहिल्या सेंटेन्स मध्ये आपण प्रोग्रेसिव्ह पास्टचं वर्ब वापरलं पाहिजे. ओके, हे कसं कळलं तर वेन हे जे कंजंक्शन आहे त्याच्यानंतर काय आलंय, आय फर्स्ट मेट हर, मी तिला पहिल्यांदा भेटलो. हियर भेटलो, मेट इज द past form of the verb. Okay, if there would be the present form of the verb when I first meet her, then it would be I am working in the sales department when I first meet her. मी काम करत आहे सेल्स डिपार्टमेंट मध्ये जेव्हा मी तिला पहिल्यांदा भेटतो, असं त्याचं मराठी मीनिंग होईल. ओके, सो हियर वी आर युजिंग पास्ट फॉर्म and that's why we have to use past progressive tense structure. I was working in sales department when I first met her. See the third sentence. My brother in bracket use the computer while I in bracket pack for my trip. What would be the sentence structure? Yes, please tell. In this sentence, we can use both the verbs in progressive past tense. Okay, my brother was using the computer while I was packing for my trip. Okay, my brother was using the computer while I was packing for my trip. Both the verbs can be used in the progressive past tense. My brother was using the computer. माझा भाऊ कम्प्युटर यूज करत होता, वापरत होता, while I was packing for my trip. जेव्हा मी माझ्या ट्रिप साठी काय करत होतो, पॅकिंग करत होतो, तेव्हा माझा भाऊ काय करत होता तर कम्प्युटरवर बसलेला होता किंवा कम्प्युटर बघत होता. Very simple structure. Look at the fourth one. John in bracket bake a cake when the storm started. Here we can see that in the second part of the sentence they have used simple past structure. Okay, that is started. So what would be the first part of the sentence? Yes, answer me. Yes, someone is answering.
John was baking a cake when the storm started.
Yes, very correct. John was baking a cake when the storm started. जेव्हा वादळाला सुरुवात झाली, ओके, तेव्हा जॉन काय करत होता तर बेक करत होता. काय बेक करत होता? केक. ओके, जॉन वॉज बेकिंग अ केक when the storm started. जॉन काय करत होता? बेक करत होता. काय बेक करत होता? केक, जेव्हा वादळाला सुरुवात झाली. ओके, सो दिस इज द स्ट्रक्चर. Look at the fifth one. They in bracket paint the fence while I was cutting the grass. They in bracket paint the fence while I was cutting the grass. What would be the sentence structure here?
They were painting the fence while I was cutting the grass.
Very correct. Very correct. They were painting the fence while I was cutting the grass. जेव्हा मी गवत बागेतलं गवत कापत होतो तेव्हा ते काय करत होते तर जे कुंपण आहे त्या कुंपणाला काय करत होते रंगवत होते किंवा रंग देत होते. They were painting the fence. We have used here where. Okay, after they we have to use where, and was is used after I and he, she, it. For we, you, and they, we have to use where. Okay, so very correct. She has answered. They were painting the fence while I was cutting the grass. This is the fifth one. Let's move towards the sixth. They in bracket sleep when the alarm went off. They in bracket sleep when the alarm went off. What would be the structure here? Tell me.
They were sleeping when the alarm went off.
Yes, they were sleeping when the alarm went off. They were sleeping when the alarm went off. Here, after when, we have used past simple form of the verb. Okay, when the alarm went off. Okay, so went is the past form of the go. Okay, go, went, gone. Okay, so in the second sentence we have used simple past structure of the sentence, and that's why we have to use continuous past or progressive past verb in the first sentence. That is, they were sleeping when the alarm went off. So here, were sleeping is the past form of the verb that we have used. Look at the seventh one. While they in bracket make the door, I made the windows. While they in bracket make the door, I made the windows. What would be the verb structure here? Tell me.
While they were making the door, I made the windows.
Correct. While they were making the door, I made the windows. While they were making the door, I made the windows. जेव्हा ते दरवाजा तयार करत होते मी काय केलं विंडोज बनवल्या. ओके, मी विंडोज तयार केल्या, खिडक्या तयार केल्या. ओके, while they were making the door, I made the windows. This is the very simple form. Then the eighth one is we in bracket watch watch TV when the lighting struck. We in bracket watch TV when the lighting struck. What would be the verb structure here?
We were watching TV when the lightning struck.
Yes, very correct. We were watching TV. when the lighting struck. Means what? आम्ही जेव्हा टीव्ही बघत होतो तेव्हा काय झाली तर लाईट गेले. ओके, लाइटिंग स्ट्रक म्हणजे जागच्या जागी काय लाईट थांबली. ओके, वी वेर वॉचिंग टीव्ही. सो वॉचिंग टीव्ही was the going on action or action going on in the past. That's why we have to use were plus VING or was or were plus VING. We were watching TV when the lighting struck. In the second sentence, after when, the lighting struck. Okay, the lighting struck. In this second sentence, the action is simple past action. Okay, we have used here struck as the past form of the verb. Okay, strike, struck, struck. Strike means what? बंद होणे किंवा ऑफ होणे. ओके, स्ट्राइक, स्ट्रक, स्ट्रक. So we have used here past form of the verb. Okay, that's why we have to use continuous past form in the first place. Okay, we were watching TV when the lighting struck. See at the ninth one. Look at the ninth one. She in bracket talk about me behind my back, wasn't she? She in bracket talk about me behind my back, wasn't she? So here, what would be the structure, verb structure? Easily we can identify. Tell me. Yes.
She was talking about me behind my back, wasn't she?
Yes, very correct. And we can identify this whether we have to use here was or where with this question tag also. Okay, so here we have added a question tag, that is wasn't she. Okay, so when we add a question tag for affirming that action, आपण जेव्हा एखादी ऍक्शन घडलेली आहे ती ऍक्शन तिला काय करतो आपण परत एकदा म्हणण्यासाठी किंवा ती घडलेली आहे. ओके, ऍक्शन तिला दुजोरा देण्यासाठी आपण काय करतो ऍड करतो क्वेश्चन टॅग. ओके, सो हियर this is the wasn't she, this is the question tag which is added in this sentence, and here we have used was. So here we can see that she was talking about me behind my back, wasn't she? This is the sentence structure. So from question tag also itself also we can identify which is the verb we have to use here in this sentence. She was talking about me behind my back. ती माझ्याविषयी माझ्या पाठीमागं बोलत असते. ओके, ती माझ्या पाठीमागं माझ्याविषयी बोलत असते, हो की नाही असं आपण म्हणतो का नाही, तसंच wasn't she असं आपण यामध्ये क्वेश्चन टॅग ऍड करतो. ओके, दुजोरा देण्यासाठी. So very correct sentence she has formed. She was talking about me behind my back, wasn't she? This is the ninth one. And the 10th one is I in bracket not sleep when you came home last night. So what would be the sentence structure here?
I was not sleeping when you came home last night.
Yes, very correct. I was not sleeping when you came home last night. I was not sleeping. Here we have used negative form of the verb. Okay, that is was not sleeping or wasn't sleeping. सो आय वॉज नॉट स्लीपिंग वेन यू केम होम लास्ट नाईट. जेव्हा तू आदल्या दिवशीच्या रात्री, ओके, किंवा मागच्या रात्री घरी आला होता तेव्हा मी झोपलेलो नव्हतो. ओके, दिस इज द सेंटेन्स. दिस इज द एक्सरसाइज दॅट वी हॅव सीन. तर अशा पद्धतीने आपण इन दिस वे वी हॅव कम्प्लिटेड द पास्ट प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स. इज इट अंडरस्टूड? समजला का पास्ट प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स? येस.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so let's move towards the third type of this progressive tenses, that is the future progressive tense. Okay, the third type of the future progressive tenses is future progressive tense. So let's see its information and when to use it. Okay, so future progressive tense is used for an ongoing action that will occur in the future. Future progressive tense is used for an ongoing action that will occur in the future. फ्युचर प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स हा कधी आपण यूज करतो तर जी ऍक्शन फ्युचर मध्ये चालू असेल, ओके, किंवा आपला जो विचार असतो एखादा की आपण असं करू तसं करू. ओके, सो फॉर अन ऑनगोईंग ऍक्शन दॅट विल ऑकर इन द फ्युचर. एखादी ऑनगोईंग ऍक्शन असेल, चालू कृती असेल, दॅट विल अकर इन द फ्युचर, की जी भविष्य काळामध्ये घडणार असेल. फॉर शोईंग दॅट ऍक्शन, ओके, फॉर denoting that action, we make use of the future progressive tense structure. Okay, so when it is used, future progressive tense is used for an ongoing action that will occur in the future. Let's see its example. First example is, at 5 o'clock I will be meeting with the management. At 5 o'clock I will be meeting with the management. Baga. In this sentence we have seen that this is the future prediction. Okay, this is the future prediction that we are making for the future. Okay, at 5 o'clock means that person is thinking about the future. Okay, that person is thinking about future. At 5 o'clock I will be meeting with the management. दुपारी 5 वाजता, ओके, किंवा 5 वाजता असं आपण म्हणू, 5 वाजता आय विल बी मीटिंग विथ द मॅनेजमेंट. मी मॅनेजमेंट बरोबर काय करत असेल तर मीटिंग करत असेल. ओके, किंवा मी त्या मीटिंग मध्ये असेन. आय विल बी इन द मीटिंग विथ द मॅनेजमेंट. सो दिस इज द फ्युचर प्रेडिक्शन. फ्युचर किंवा आपण म्हणतो आपण फ्युचर काय करतो तर काही अंदाज बांधत असतो. ओके, सो फॉर मेकिंग दॅट फ्युचर प्रोडिक्शन वी मेक यूज ऑफ द फ्युचर प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स. ओके, ॲट 5 o'clock I will be meeting with the management. This is the future progressive tense. Then look at the second one. Second sentence is, I will be running a marathon this Saturday. I will be running a marathon this Saturday. Will be running. We are using the future progressive tense structure, that is will plus be plus VING. Will be VING, that is will be running. This is the future prediction that we are making. I will be running a marathon this Saturday. मी या सॅटरडेला, या शनिवारी मॅरेथॉन मध्ये काय करत असेल, पळत असेल, रनिंग. ओके, आय विल बी रनिंग अ मॅरेथॉन दिस सॅटरडे. दिस इज द second sentence. Look at the third one. she will be coming around the mountain. She will be coming around the mountain. ती त्या पर्वताच्या भोवती किंवा पर्वतावर येत असेल. ओके, अराउंड द माउंटन, ती पर्वतावर येत असेल, पर्वतावर येत असेल किंवा पर्वताभोवती येत असेल. ओके, शी विल बी कमिंग अराउंड द माउंटन. will plus be plus VING. This is the future progressive tense structure. She will be coming around the mountain. So this is the third one. Look at the fourth one. We will be working quite closely. We will be working quite closely. Here we have used will plus be plus working, that is will be working. So we will be working quite closely. म्हणजे what would be its meaning? आपण एकमेकांसोबत ओके काम करत असू. This is the future prediction. Okay, whatever is the predicted, that is in the future. That's why we are using future progressive tense. We will be working quite closely. आपण भरपूर किंवा क्वाइट, क्वाइट मीन्स कसा अर्थ होतो याचा? क्वाइट, क्वाइट, क्वाइट आपण इथं आपण QUIET असं वापरू शकतो. ओके, QUITE, दिस इज द कीप क्वाइट. आपण असं म्हणतो शांत बस, त्याला क्वाइट, QUITE असं आपण म्हणतो. सो दिस इज द स्पेलिंग मिस्टेक. just you have to write quiet here. Okay, QUIET, quiet. We will be working quite closely means आपण एकमेकांसोबत काम करत असू, अतिशय जवळून एकमेकांसोबत काय करत असू? आपण काम करत असू. दिस इज द फ्युचर प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स. Then the next one is when you come, I will be waiting. When you come, I will be waiting. So this is also one of the future progressive tense. तू जेव्हा येशील किंवा तू जेव्हा इथं येशील, आय विल बी वेटिंग, तेव्हा मी इथं वाट बघत पाहिलेला दिसेन. ओके, वेन यू कम आय विल बी वेटिंग, जेव्हा तू येशील तेव्हा मी तुझी वाट बघत असलेला दिसेन. ओके, दिस इज द फ्युचर प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स. लेट्स सी द स्ट्रक्चर ऑफ द फ्युचर प्रोग्रेसिव्ह टेन्स. द सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चर is subject plus shall or will be. Okay, either we have to use shall be or will be plus VING plus object plus complement. Subject plus shall be or will be plus VING plus object plus complement. So this is the future progressive tense and the sentence structure, that is subject plus shall be or will be plus VING plus object plus complement. So write this structure down in your notebook. Please write down this structure. Also write the heading in your notebook, that future progressive tense and its sentence structure. Write down this heading, future progressive tense. त्यानंतर सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चर असं हेडिंग टाका आणि त्याच्या खाली लिहा सब्जेक्ट प्लस शॅल और विल बी प्लस VING प्लस ऑब्जेक्ट प्लस कॉम्प्लिमेंट. Yes, also either we have to use shall be or will be, that also depends on the subject in front of which we are using it. Okay, तर शॅल बी कधी वापरायचं, विल बी कधी वापरायचं हे आपण तो जो सब्जेक्ट आहे त्याच्यावरनं आपण डिसाइड करणार. ओके, सो for I and we, okay, for I and we have to use shall be. Okay, I shall be writing a letter. मी पत्र लिहित असेन. This is the shall be. For I, we are using shall be. Okay, for I, we are using shall be. And for we also we are using shall be. So shall be is only used after I and we. I आणि we नंतरच फक्त shall be चा वापर करायचा, किंवा shall चा सुद्धा वापर जो असेल तो आपण कधी करतो तर I आणि we नंतर. For you, he, she, it and they, we are using will be. You will be listening to me. तुम्ही मला ऐकत असाल. ओके, यू विल बी लिसनिंग टू माय लेक्चर. तुम्ही माझं लेक्चर ऐकत असाल. ओके, सो यू विल बी. देन प्लुरल you also is taking will be after the verb. Okay, you will be. And for they also we are using will be. They will be conducting the lecture. They will be conducting the lecture. ते सुद्धा ते काय करत असतील, लेक्चर घेत असतील किंवा लेक्चर कंडक्ट करत असतील. ओके, they will be conducting the lecture. So please write this chart also in your notebook. हा सुद्धा चार्ट लिहून घ्या. Subject and verb. Also write down some of the sentences that you feel important regarding this chart. Use the different verbs with these subjects by using this sentence structure. सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चरचा यूज करा आणि तुमच्याकडे जे कुठले वर्ब असतील, ओके, दुसरे प्ले असेल, ईट असेल, ओके, प्लांट असेल, कुठलेही वर्ब वापरा आणि ह्या सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चर मध्ये तुम्ही सेंटेन्सेस तयार करा. After practicing more and more sentences, you will be perfect in the using of the tense. You will be perfect in speaking. Okay, so this is also one of the prediction. After practicing more, you will be speaking fluently in the English. This is the sentence. Okay, after practicing the sentences, after practicing the more and more verbs, you will be speaking fluently English language. Okay, so this I have made the structure sentence with the help of future progressive tense. Future progressive tense चा यूज करून मी इथं सेंटेन्स स्ट्रक्चर बनवलं. So write down this chart also. Also write down the, I think 2 or 3 sentences. तुमच्या मनानं कुठली एखादी 2-3 सेंटेन्सेस सुद्धा लिहून ठेवा तिथं. वेगवेगळे verbs वापरून sentences लिहा. This is also the one of the practice. Okay, you can do during the lecture also. Hope so you have written down this chart also. Let's see the affirmative, negative, and interrogative sentences. Okay, affirmative, negative, and interrogative. So keep this chart in this order. Okay, affirmative, negative, and interrogative. So the affirmative is I shall be thinking. So I am using here shall be after I. Okay, only after I and we are using shall be, and will be is used after you, he, she, it, and they. Okay, I shall be thinking मी विचार करत असेन. I shall not be thinking मी विचार करत नसेन. Shall I be thinking मी विचार करत असेन का? This is the interrogative. Okay, then second one is you will be thinking तुम्ही विचार करत असाल. You will not be thinking or you won't be thinking. This is the negative. Its interrogative would be will you be thinking तुम्ही विचार करत असाल का? He will be thinking तो विचार करत असेल. He will not be thinking तो विचार करत नसेल. Will he be thinking तो विचार करत असेल का? This is the sentence. She will be thinking. This is the affirmative. She will not be thinking. This is the negative. Will she be thinking? This is the interrogative. ती विचार करत असेल, ती विचार करत नसेल, ती विचार करत असेल का? Will she be thinking? This is the interrogative. Then it will be thinking. This is the affirmative. It won't be thinking. This is the negative. Will it be thinking? This is the interrogative. So keep the tone also of your language in the same manner. If you are asking questions, we have to stress the first word. Will she be thinking? Will she be thinking? So we have to stress first word. Will she be thinking? This is the stress, use of stress and intonations in the English language. Okay. So this is also important to speak the language fluently. Then we shall be thinking. If this is the affirmative, its negative is we shall not be thinking. Okay, we shall not be thinking. Here we have used shall be and shall not be. Okay, and interrogative would be shall we be thinking? Shall we be thinking? आपण विचार करत असू का? This is the interrogative. So this is also one of the sentences. Then next one is they will be thinking. ते विचार करत असतील. Okay, they will not be thinking. ते विचार करत नसतील. Will they be thinking? ते विचार करत असतील का? This is the interrogative. Affirmative, negative, and interrogative structures that we are using. Okay, so keep in mind. Okay, so yes, only 4 minutes has left, so let me first mark your attendance. So attendance mark करतो मी, मग मी कोण absent आहेत त्यांचे रोल नंबर पुकारतो. ओके, then I will ask for the absent roll numbers. Okay, so the roll numbers that are absent for today's lecture are roll number 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 22, 26, 27, 30, 32, 34, 35, 39, 40, 43. These are the absent roll numbers. Has anybody present from these roll numbers? कुणी आहे का प्रेझेंट absent roll number मध्ये? 1, 2, 7, 8, 9, 10, 17, 18, 22, 26, 27, 30, 32, 34, 35, 39, 40, 43. These are the absent roll numbers. कुणी आहे प्रेझेंट? असेल तर सांगा. बाकीचे नंबर प्रेझेंट आहेत. Okay then, as you have no doubt about the presenting, so shall we stop here? We'll see the other part of this tense in the next lecture. Okay, थांबायचं इथं.
Yes, sir.
Okay, see you in the next lecture then. Okay, thank you.